Well, joining me now is Lisa Hunt, who is the CEO of the Garden House Hospice. Good morning to you, Lisa.
Good morning, Andy.
Thank you for joining us on the show. So tell us a little bit more about the scheme then.
I think the clips you've just heard say it all. Hospices are so known for palliative care at the end stage of life, but we were never meant to be just that. We're supposed to be able to look after people, keeping them well for the last years of their life. That's something hospices have never really managed to do. So about a year ago, we identified the need. I looked at the data in our local system and I found thousands of patients who have got long-term conditions, maybe renal failure, heart failure, respiratory conditions. They're not receiving care at the moment, but they will have a crisis and repeated crises over years. And that's where they need us most. And if we're not there for them, they're going to have no alternative but to go into A&E. So it's really about stopping that. It's about taking control of that. Hence, we've put Jenny, our in-reach nurse, into the hospital because we're the right people to find the right patients who can quickly be turned around, got home, and back into our community hopes, and regain their normal functionality. So,
which is great for them and their families, of course. And as we were hearing in that report from the BBC's Nikki there, that you could save the NHS £2 million a year.
I mean, yes. I mean, the thing is, I've been working in the NHS for quite a few decades. I think I must be frail myself by now. But, we can always have the funding discussion. But the way that we look at it is they need us now. I'm not going to have arguments about funding. I'm going to do it because it's the right thing to do. Luckily, Andy, we have the most incredible supporters, who have rallied to the challenge to raise the funds to enable us to do it. I mean, time is precious. We haven't got time for funding debates.
Yeah. I mean, then this is the thing. It's not NHS funded, so it is down to the generosity of people and organisations to help out. And like you said, you have a terrific group there, don't you?
We do. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I've been astounded when we first started to sort of go out to the public and say, "Can you help us?" I suppose I was a bit sceptical. Are people going to understand? That palliative care is more than just cancer. Are people going to get behind this? But I mean, even walking round to the corner shop, Andy, at lunchtime, the general public have heard what we've said and people are coming up to me either to say, how can we help financially? Or more importantly, coming up to me and saying, I've heard what you're doing, Lisa. How can I get my relative into your service?
And it's worth doing that because people's opinions of a hospice, as we were hearing in that report, is not what they think it is. And I must admit, I was one of those people, but I've been very lucky to be involved in my local hospice when I was in Watford and also now in Aylesbury. And it's not what you think it is.
No, it's not. Although if we don't change that opinion, it will also remain as it is. And that's why, for me, this is so important that you've given us the opportunity to airtime this today, because it is about talking about it. And gradually we will change that perception, I hope.
If people want to help out and like I said, with the funding and maybe, donations and stuff like that, or just finding out more about the amazing work that you're doing, where do they need to go?
We've got a good website, Garden House Hospice Care, and I've got a funding team who are sitting there. Just give us a call. The links are on the website, and we can direct you from there. But yes, that help is needed, please.
Lisa, as always, lovely to talk to you, and have a lovely weekend. And thank you very much for being on our show this morning.
Oh, thank you, Andy, for having us.
Cheers, Lisa. Thank you.